Module 4, Child Intervention Practice Framework. Module 4, Learning Objective. Explain the Child Intervention Practice Framework. Module 4, Do you know? True or false? The Child Intervention Practice Framework is a set of principles and core elements of leading practice to guide efforts in the child intervention system. Sorry. The correct answer is true. The Child Intervention Practice Framework is a set of principles and core elements of leading practice to guide efforts in the child intervention system. You're correct. The Child Intervention Practice Framework is a set of principles and core elements of leading practice to guide efforts in the child intervention system. Module 4, Child Intervention Practice Framework. The Child Intervention Practice Framework is a set of principles and core elements of leading practice to guide efforts in the child intervention system. The framework supports an environment where family strengths are recognized and children and youth are respected and supported. Module 4, Child Intervention Practice Framework. Module 4, Vision. Vision. An environment where family strengths are recognized and where all children and youth are respected, valued, and supported within the communities in which they live. Module 4, Mission. Mission. Ensure the safety and well-being of children and youth by working together with families and communities to develop nurturing and safe environments for children, youth, and individuals. Module 4, Principles. The principles outlined here underpin the work of child intervention practitioners with children and their relational connections while guiding our work. Module 4, Indigenous Experience. 1. Indigenous experience. Indigenous peoples have always had their own ways of ensuring that vulnerable members, including children, are safe, protected, and nurtured. We honor this by recognizing their expertise in matters concerning their children, youth, and families. Module 4, Preserve Family. 2. Preserve family. We believe children and youth should be safe, healthy, and live with their families. Therefore, we focus on preserving and reuniting families and building on the capacity of extended family and communities to support children, youth, and families. Module 4, Strengths-Based. 3. Strengths-Based. Our approach is reflective, culturally responsive, and strengths-based. Because all families have strengths and resources, we recognize and support the right and responsibility of parents to share in the decision-making process for them and their children. Module 4. Connection. 4. Connection. Children and youth are supported to maintain relationships that are important to them by staying connected to their own culture, practicing their religious or spiritual beliefs, and for those with involvement, having a plan for their care where they are included in the decision-making process. Module 4. Collaboration. 5. Collaboration. We are child-focused and family-centered. We collaborate with families, community agencies, and other stakeholders in building positive, respectful partnerships across integrated multidisciplinary teams and providing individualized, flexible, and timely services to support these efforts. Module 4. Continuous improvement. 6. Continuous improvement. Our casework is transparent, and we share information appropriately. Our approach is outcome-oriented and evidence-based. Therefore, we support innovative practice, evaluate our performance, and strive for continuous improvement. Module 4. Test yourself. Which principle is missing from the poster? A. Indigenous experience. B. Decision-making. Or C. Transparency. You're correct. Sorry, the correct answer is A. Module 4. Reflection questions. Using the following questions, consider having a discussion with a supervisor or senior staff member that will support you in your learning. 1. On a scale of 1 to 10, how comfortable are you in understanding and applying the Child, Youth, and Family Enhancement Act, CIPF, to your work? What steps could you take to improve your understanding of the CIPF? What would others be seeing and saying about your work that shows you are applying the legislation in your role? 2. When you consider your role, how do you see the principles within the Child Intervention Practice Framework and the matters to be considered within the legislation impacting your work on a daily basis? How will you ensure these principles are reflected in your work? Children's Services has defined safety in the following way. The parent or guardian and/or safety network demonstrates the capacity, ability, and willingness to address the harms, reduce the dangers, and ensure infants, children, and/or youth are protected over time. 3. Describe how your role will contribute to the safety of children, youth, and families involved in the child intervention system. Module 4. Child Intervention Practice Framework. Congratulations! You've completed Module 4. Next, complete Module 5, Child Intervention and Child Abuse.